Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. And today's Jungle Beauty Goddess Oracle and Tarot reading, I have a message from Divine, and I'm going to give you some metaphysical tools to help you along the journey to your dreams. Oh my God, this reading just pumps me up. So guys, I grew up I'm in Detroit, Michigan. And yes, I'm a Detroit girl from the D. And I remember there was a DJ, and his name was the Electrifying Mojo. And I remember, oh my God, he used to have this saying about when things get really tough. He would say, don't give up, tie a knot, and hang on. Like, oh, but you would have to like look him up, and he would, I think the song was that it would play da 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 da. I don't know, guys, I hate when people sing and they can't, but I think it was just one of those funk songs. But he was just like, like you're on this, you have this rope and you're losing hope, right? And he's like don't give up, tie a knot and hang on. And this is what this reading is about. So guys, I'm gonna go over the cards. There's a part of me that just want to read the message, because when I do my readings, I like to pick my cards, let it settle, burn my candles, my incense, and just channel and just write. And that's how I receive a message, for guidance for myself that I'm sharing with you. But I'm going to go over the cards, and I cannot wait to share this message with you today. The first card I have for you is from Jungle Beauty Goddess Kalahari, who represents the heart chakra. And her message is sometimes love means hanging on. The next card I have for you is plant seeds that bear the fruit of your soul. The next card I have is from Jungle Beauty Goddess Sinai, who represents the sacral chakra, which has to do with our emotional well-being, fun, joy, pleasure, happiness. Well, not happy. Well, maybe happiness. Be unpredictable. And then the next card I have, again, is from Jungle Beauty Goddess Sinai, which we are, most importantly, the second chakra, 2 inches below your navel. The color is orange. It has to do with our creativity as well. You are amazingly beautiful. Act like it. So what came to me, oh my goodness, with this hand, guys, I said, you don't have to, you don't owe anybody an explanation about the dirt under your nails. You don't have to tell people, you need to change your storyline. So for example, maybe you've been working on a dream for a really long time, and you think that the universe forgot about you, or you're starting to think, my dreams are never going to come true. It's never going to happen to me. But these cards are saying, no, you need to tie a knot. You need to hang on. But what I want you to do in the process of tying that knot and hanging on is, I want you to know that you're beautiful, because your beauty is in your power. Your beauty is in your strength. Your beauty is in the fact that you never gave up. Your beauty is your power, your resilience, your kindness, your consistency, your commitment to your goals and to your dreams. This is your beauty. And when he says act like it, the rip in your pants, pretend that you put it there on purpose. Walk, straighten your back out, hold your chin up, walk walk like you mean it. Like, you don't need to show the world everything you've been through. People don't need to know all of the bad things that happened to you, and how you grew up, and how this didn't work for you and that didn't work for you. It's time to put all that behind you, and everything that you are at this moment, you look life dead in the eyes, child, right? and you said, look, I'm not giving up. When I say life, I mean whoever is in your path, whether it's your boss, your spouse, your friends, you are a champion. You came here to win. So it's nobody's business about your struggles. Pull up your pants, stand up straight. The world is watching. Your beauty is in your resilience, the fact that you never gave up, the fact that you believe in yourself. You owe no one an explanation for your ripped jeans, your dirty nails, and the calluses on your hands, baby. Your beauty is your power to be who you have chosen to be unapologetically. So basically, when we're talking about being unpredictable, one of the cards from Jungle Beauty Goddess, Cyanide, what came to me in this reading is there are several reasons you want to be unpredictable. I know sometimes the obvious is, wait, let me just be clear. What came to me, the reason unpredictability is so important is because when people who are lost, people who are jealous, and people who don't want to see you accomplish your goals and dreams, once they know where you're going, they start to emulate you, copy you, ridicule you, and somehow cause you to lose faith in the dream. So have you ever like say for example, you wanted to make cupcakes, right? And that was your dream and you wanted to sell them, but your friend thought, well, I can sell cupcakes too. So what they do is they start biting from you. They start selling cupcakes because you're selling cupcakes. But they never thought about selling cupcakes until you started. So now you don't want to sell cupcakes anymore because you feel like, gee, I'm being copied. Or it kind of, when people start emulating you, copying you, you start to feel that your dream is not worthy. Well, if everybody's doing it, then what's the point of me doing it, right? So being unpredictable means, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't, maybe, while they're baking their cupcakes, you can just say, well, you know what, I'm going to start a business, I'm going to make something else. I'm going to do something else in my life. I am going to, whatever. But the thing is, you need to throw people off your scent. And the other reason you need to be unpredictable is because sometimes what you're doing needs to be tweaked. So for example, you know how like a lot of most hair salons are closed on Mondays? Where you're new and you're starting out, that's the day you're open. You want to be open on the day that everybody else is closed. So this way you're still unpredictable. For example, if you're doing YouTube and you're only doing long-term content, maybe it's time to do shorts, or maybe it's time to do Instagram or TikTok. Maybe you need to do voiceovers. Maybe you don't need to be on camera, or maybe you need to get on camera. The point I'm making is, one of the reasons you want to be unpredictable is because it keeps, the way I like to think of it is, if something stands still, then it's not moving. But being unpredictable is movement, right? So it causes you to, one, not become bored or lose faith in what you're doing. And then also it prevents other people from being able to block you consciously or unconsciously. Because sometimes people don't know they're blocking you, but when they know you want something, they start telling you like, oh yeah, I know everybody I know who did that failed. You're not gonna make it. Or they start giving you all these examples of why this isn't gonna work. So it's good to switch things up. Now with the card for Namib, and Namib and Katara about planting seeds. Now this is, I don't know why this card keeps coming up, because I think it's very significant right now. So planting seeds. Now your seeds are your ideas, your goals, your dreams, your mission. It's what do you want to leave on the planet, right? What is it that you want to be remembered for. So, but the thing you have to remember about when we plant seeds, and this is what really was important about this reading, is that you don't know when they're going to grow and when they're going to ripe, when they are. Just because you planted something, there are so many factors that come into play to determine when that fruit is going to be ready to be distributed. Does that make sense? And this is where a lot of people give up. It's like, I have this great idea. I'm working with my crown chakra with me. I had this idea. I want to write a book, or I want to start my barbershop, or whatever it is, right? And you just run out. Every time you look around, there's a different obstacle. And you're thinking, well, when is this going to manifest? When is this going to come to fruition? It just seems like something always happens to prevent me from manifesting my dream. Well, the soil, the sun, how much water, there are so many things that come into play to decide, well, when are these seeds going to grow? When are these seeds going to prosper? But the universe is asking you, please not to give up, because if you really, really love something, love means hanging on. And and this is why, guys, let me talk about this for a second. When we say plant seeds that bear the fruit of your soul, you're not going to be able to hang on to something that is frivolous. Like if you want to do hair because your friends are doing hair, or you decided, oh, well, let me try this business because, people say that if I invest in this or if I do this, I'm going to make a lot of money. You're not going to be able to hold on or hold out when you're doing something that you don't truly love. Only love, true love and passion will give you the strength to remain focused and consistent, even if your video only has 12 views, even if nobody buys your book, even if what you're doing is not working. But when you really love it, you have the internal strength and motivation to keep going. Now, for this reading, I cannot wait to read this to you guys. Of course, I have to talk to my star alien being, and I can't wait to give you the message. And is it really heavy? This is my purple aventurine. Let me just show you real quick. This is my purple aventurine, and I'm going to read you the downloaded message I received for this collective reading. I think it's so beautiful. It's so heavy. So one of the things, before I get into it, your beauty is not the things you own, but the things you let go, the things you sacrifice. And like, for example, if let's say I don't know if you ever played a game with somebody before, and they didn't hustle for the ball. Or I guess what was coming to my mind is, how somebody is trying to make a home run and they slide into first base. It's like, that's true beauty. It's when a person lives passionately, giving life everything they got. And that's where the card, where is it? You are mesmerizingly beautiful. Act like it. So we're talking about, just remember that your real beauty is you giving your dreams, everything you got, being consistent, showing up. These are the things that make you beautiful, and not to complain about things that don't work out. So let me get into what the purple aventurine star alien being message is, and I thought it was so powerful. There is no timeline or finish line when you are on your true path, your journey to your dreams. When you are ripe, you will be ready for consumption. Your ripeness is determined by factors beyond you. Let me get this in focus here, guys. Sorry about this. Your ripeness is determined by factors beyond your control, weather conditions, other souls who have changed their mind that you will never know. They marry, they divorce, they decide to prematurely leave the planet, or decided they wanted to explore a different Earth mission. So one of the things that came to me is that a lot of people give up on their dreams because they think it's never going to happen. But there are so many factors that take place in various realms of reality, various dimensions, different entities and spirits and beings and other people who signed onto the soul contract but who changed their mind for various reasons. So some people may have decided, well, I'm going to get married, I'm not going to move to that country, or because we always have free will. So when we are in the spirit realm, we may say, oh yeah, I want to, work on, Facebook or some new technology. But then once you get, excuse me, once you come to the planet, you decide, no, I want to do something else with this life experience. And so you have, you're waiting for this person, even though you don't consciously know it, but there are other pieces to the puzzle that you have no control over. So basically, some people change their mind, which delay your dream, right? So you've written the book, you've written the movie Rocky, you've written Spider-Man. I'm just giving some quick examples, but the other partners may have run into some other factors which may, cause a delay for you, but you're not supposed to give up, because the universe, your spirit team, they're still working to replace the person who decided to do something else. There are so many things that happen on a spiritual level, on various realms, various beings and entities that come together to bring big dreams and creative projects to fruition. Sometimes humans think they are procrastinating. This is what I thought was really interesting. But they have been given distracting tools and activities to soak up time while new plans are being made. What is tricky for the spiritual realm is how to keep a person motivated and inspired during delays, so that they do not give up on their big dream by blaming themselves, thinking that their dream would never come true, believing they are not good enough, or perhaps they have taken the wrong path. Don't you think this is interesting, guys? Can you imagine this? The spiritual realm is saying, look, we're going to get this, we are definitely going to get this next Beatle for this band, but we don't want you to stop playing while we look for this next Beatle. We don't want you to give up on writing Rocky. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so many. I just think this is so beautiful. Many times people acquire illnesses. This gives the spiritual realm time to collaborate and correlate incidents that need to take place to bring an idea to fruition. It is so important for humans to know that creation, evolution, and manifestations happen at a collective level that affects all beings, and at an individual level where the individual is responsible for their daily choices and behaviors. So the big dream may need more involvement from other beings, entities, spirits on various timelines, and the smaller, more mundane desires are easier to fulfill because it impacts primarily the individual. Ripe is the best word that comes to mind, though it is not perfect. We want humans to know that the best thing you can do to live a fulfilled life of beauty and joy and bliss is to focus on the mundane pleasures of living in the moment. Practice, create at the individual level without expectations. So what they're saying is, even though you haven't gotten that big break, and even though you've been auditioning and you've been looking for parts, but no one has called you back yet, you still continue to practice your craft. You still continue to write your book. You still continue to write your plays, to paint your pictures, because those are the things that you can control at the individual level. And you do all of the things that you can do within your power because the universe is working to bring this creation or this project to fruition. They are not going to let you down. Don't give up on your dreams. When the proper conditions, okay. Let me just get back to my spot. It says, this means you keep writing songs, books, paintings. Don't focus on fame or money. Focus on the pure enjoyment of having an opportunity to exist in an earth suit, to shape matter like a child making sandcastles on the beach. Because this is what is happening. Self-publish, do shows, and embrace your daily life. What came to my mind was Tyler Perry. He started out doing a one-person play before he became the mogul that he is today, and he paid for everything. He said that he stapled flyers. He was the person. He wrote it. He produced it. This is how he started. He slept in his car. Now, what if he had given up? We wouldn't even know who he is today. Self-publish through shows, embrace your daily life. When the proper conditions converge, opportunities will find you at the oddest moments, in the weirdest places, and you will be ripe and juicy, full of life, because you lived a full life following your dreams. Don't live for the big moment, the big deal, the job promotion. Let life blossom around you. There is no finish line. There is no perfect time. You have always existed, and you always will, in some form or another. Sometimes you need more life experiences to ripen you for a role where you will have more emotional depth, more wisdom, a deeper understanding. Maybe the role that's going to change your life, you need gray hair and wrinkles. Sometimes people want to write a book, but they haven't lived enough to be able to give the character the depth that they need to bring the book to life. So when we're talking about planting seeds, your seeds will grow and they will ripen when it is your time. Hello, darlings. So now I'm going to give you some metaphysical tools to assist you on the journey to your dreams. And I left a link in the description box of the Electrifying Mojo, who I was so lucky to grow up in Detroit, baby. I am a Detroit girl. Listening to Mojo, he would say something like, if you want to give up, hang on, don't let go, tie a knot, because remember, ain't nobody bad like you. Well, anyway, I have a link in my description box so you can hear him say it, and I just feel, I don't know, for some reason I just feel so blessed and so lucky to have listened to somebody who is so motivational. And Prince actually gives Mojo credit for jump starting his career, because Mojo loved Prince, and we were big Prince fans. I'm talking about back in the I Want to Be a Lover days. I'm talking about Prince with the big afro before he caught on to the world. But anyway, I just thought about him while doing this particular reading. So the area I would work on for this video, for this reading, if you have been working at something for a very long time and you feel frustrated and you feel delayed and you don't know what's going on, and you don't know if maybe if you should do it because you wondering if it's really something that you should be doing because it's taking so long. Now, this is what I would do at my home. I would, and for those of you who I'm going to do a video just about feng shui, but I think I need to always assume that somebody new is watching. When you walk into your home, into any room in your home, I want you to envision 9 equal squares. The room in 9 equal squares. Each one of those squares represent an area of your life. Now, I know people try to argue about feng shui, but I promise you, I could walk in your house right now and tell you what's going on in your life simply by looking at the different areas in your home and what's in those areas. Feng shui doesn't need you to believe in it. It's, to me, I think of feng shui like the nose on your face. Your nose is on your face. It's not at the bottom of your foot. You know what I'm saying? The sun doesn't rise from the north. You know what I'm saying? It's one of these things. I don't know why it's the way it is, but it is. So you walk in your home, and you're going to always walk in one of these three areas. It's going to either be your career area, which is directly in the middle, in that first row of 3 squares, or it's going to be to the right. I call it my right-hand man. That's the best way to remember it. But you can say woman, but man just rhymes with right hand and man. It's easy to remember. Or you're going to walk in your wisdom area, like what wisdom, knowledge, education. Now, if I was working on my dreams and goals, and I felt frustrated and I felt that I was procrastinating, or maybe I was being delayed by the universe and I don't know what's going on and why it's taking so long, I would really work in my helpful people area. This is your spiritual team, guys. This is your angels, your holy guardian angel. I would work on this, my helpful people area. I would start, I need their support. I need their guidance. I need them to give me nourishment, spiritual nourishment, emotional and psychological nourishment. I want to know if I'm moving in the right direction. I mean, I feel like there was a time in my life when I was working on my doctorate degree. It was one of the most difficult things in the world for me to accomplish. And it just seems like I ran after obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. And, you know, I was thinking, well, maybe I'm not supposed to have it. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe God has other plans for me. Well, why do I want it? Maybe, you know, the whole thing. So I started working with my spiritual team, asking questions like, what can I do differently? What's wrong with me? Why is this, you know, please support me. Please guide me. I was going to drop out of school. And on a day that I had a Saturday class that was canceled, there was a lady there who looked like an older version of me at the time, probably the way I look right now, child. And she told me not to drop out of school because when kids are young, they only need a bottle, and anybody can give them a bottle, but when they get older and you miss their recital, they'll never forget. So she said, please don't drop out of school. She didn't even know me. I never saw her again. I think that was an angel. That was an angel talking to me. So what I would do, and I brought this with me, in your helpful people area, you're going to get a little tin container just like this. Now I do sell these in my Etsy shop, and this is and then you want to make sure you have a red felt. So if you want, buy it yourself, or you have one, I'm not trying to. And what you're going to put in here, it's just some gemstones. You're going to write a letter to your angels, your guardian angels, your ancestors, to God, the deities. You're going to ask for help. And also, I like to offer, what is it? I think it's called angelic root. Is a really good root I like to put in. You can put some, what is his name? John the Conqueror root. Whatever feels good to you. You can put chocolate kisses. But this is an offering, and I like to write it on black construction paper. I don't know why it works. No one ever told me to do it, but I have found that whenever I write something in my little box, and I write it on black construction paper, and I usually write it with those Milky Way chalk pens, either in a silver or gold writing. And I write my note, my gemstones, my offering. You're going to close this, guys. And you're going to get a red ribbon. And you're going to tie this red ribbon. Oh, another thing you can put in here are bay leaves, okay? And you're going to tie this really nice. And then I would tie it again. This isn't long enough, but I just want to demonstrate this to you. And saying that you need support, you need backup. You want to make sure you're moving in the right direction. And what else should you do at this time? Now, another thing I want to tell you guys, once I started seeking help from my spiritual team about my delays and what was going on, why was it so difficult for me, what came to me, I actually found a book, And again, we're working over here with the knowledge and wisdom area. It was a feng shui book that talked about if you have a toilet literally in your education area, which I do. And I don't now, but at the time where I lived, there was a toilet and a sink, and it said to get a boulder and put a boulder under, to hold the pressure down in, the toilet area. I did that, and things moved swiftly. People were fired. I was actually blackballed from the school. I had to find a new school, but I can tell you the whole story about that another time. It all worked out in my favor. So while you feel delayed or you're thinking about giving up, go to your spiritual team for support and help. That's the most important thing I would do. They're going to give you some guidance. It might be in a book. It might be in a dream. It may be a person that you meet. This is your career area. This is what you want. So, we're going to assume, yes, I want to be a comedian. Yes, I'm going to join the circus, and I'm very clear about that, but I need help. And then over here with your wisdom, knowledge, and education area, the reason it works together is because maybe you're trying and there's some other skills you need to develop. Maybe, you're thinking, I just want to major in psychology, but you're going to end up with a law degree and a PhD. You'll be surprised. I know there's a person at my job who earned a PhD and a law degree, and the county actually created a job just for her. And she was the only person in the world with the qualifications to fill that job at triple the pay. So just trust the universe, trust your deities, trust your ancestors, trust God. Know that things are going to work in your favor. But while they are doing their part, make sure that you're keeping your skills up to date. Make sure you're doing everything that you can do to be ready for that opportunity. Now, I also have, this is my a ring that I offer in my shop. Like if you're procrastinating or if you feel like giving, it removes blockages like emotional and mental blockages, anything that causes you to procrastinate. Like it removes, like say for example, maybe you've grown a little like, I'm never going to get a part, so why should I keep going? Why should I keep showing up if I'm not going to get the part? Why should I write that book? Why should I, continue to apply myself and nothing seems to work out? This ring is filled with they are filled with spells, herbs, gemstones, just various. I work with spirits and so forth, but it's to keep you motivated on your dreams. It comes with instructions on how to activate it, keep it activated, and what areas in your home to work on. Another thing I would do if I were you, child, and I'm thinking like, did God forget about me? Did the goddess forget about me? The universe forget that I'm out in these streets trying to, make this thing happen, and I'm feeling a little beat down. This book by Adam Blackthorne, this is a really good book, and I think I've done a review for it. It's called Sigils of Power and Transformation. Now, if you're not really big on, spirits, feeling spirits and angels, this is a good book for you. Okay, but it works just as well. I would go straight to the section here on breakthrough. Open the road to new opportunities, discover creative talents, improve creative inspiration, welcome intuition, expand available time. This is the reason I would work on breakthrough magic, is because I feel like if God had said, look, Cassandra, you're going to get 2 masters and a doctorate, and you're going to write books in fantasy fiction. I've never written fantasy fiction, but no, you're going to make the characters first, and your dolls are going to talk to you. I would have checked myself into a mental hospital. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know what God has in store for your universe or divine mother, whatever you believe in. You don't know what the plan is. That's why you have to keep harnessing, shaping, and honing your craft. The other thing I would work on is my spiritual magic. And the reason I say work on your spiritual magic, because remember, you just ask your spiritual team for support. Sense the spiritual. Know when your angels are giving you signs. You want to make sure you're on your spiritual path, not just your material path. So your material path is where you manifest. Like, people don't, I don't want to say, guys, I'm talking to like-minded people. Your spiritual path and your material path may be two different things. Some things you do is because it's who you are, and you don't make a lot of money from it. But your material path is where you earn your money. Your spiritual path is where you give to the world and you give to others. And sometimes the two tie together, but they always balance out to me. So your spiritual path, am I in alignment with who I am, my belief system, my material path? What gifts and talents are going to bring me the money? So I would work on this, and then I have one more book for you. I love this book, Archangels of Magick by Damien Brand. Oh my God, this book is so amazing. Now, I feel the angels when I work with this book. You feel that I like to say, gigantic butterfly wings. That's what it feels like to me. Gigantic butterfly wings fluttering all over me. Now, and I would do, in this book, Archangels of Magick by Damien Brand, I would do page 142 to encourage persistence. This is a good book to really help you when you're feeling down. I'm going to read a little bit for you. Persistence is a curious phenomenon, because if you lack persistence in an area of your life, it could be because your inner voice is telling you that this just isn't right for you. But as I am sure you know, sometimes you lack persistence for reasons that feel more like avoidance, laziness, and a general apathy that is self-destructive. If you feel that an area in your life genuinely requires your persistence and that you should stick at something, use this ritual to help find the required motivation. It can be used in any area of life and helps you stick to your efforts without becoming obsessed. This is a ritual that's really important for me, and I'll talk to you guys about it in another video, how sometimes I struggle with consistency with my channel, because truthfully, I literally just want to, go and write and make dolls. But in today's society, if you need to build your own platform, you have to give back. This is not just about, you don't have to buy these products, you know what I'm saying? But you might hear something that may spark something inside of you. We all uplift each other when we share our gifts, our talents, and our wisdom and our journey. I really hope this reading helps someone. Thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to seeing you, darlings, in the next video. Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. For those of you who are new to my channel, child, let me introduce you to the Jungle Beauty Goddesses, the life-size fabric sculpture dolls you see sitting behind me. I created these dolls myself, and as I was sewing them, they would not stop talking to me. This led to my Jungle Beauty Goddess book series and my Jungle Beauty Goddess Oracle deck. I am going to use today to give you a little bit of a inspirational reading. When I do my readings, I'm always like, God, is there something you want me to know? Goddess. But the reason I like to do an introduction is because people just, if you didn't know, if you look and you're like, who is this crazy woman with these beings behind her? But I'm not going to do that. This is a light check, camera check, maybe a wig check. I may decide I'm not going to wear this wig. I think I'll put on my Capricorn earrings, by the way, but I think we'll see. Haha.